Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for independent thinking people, for people who are not woke but conscious, people who are curious, people who want to be the best that they can be. Doesn't mean that you have to be rich or good looking or famous or talented or whatever. Just the best you came here to be in this incarnation. If you believe in reincarnation, at some point you decided where you would come back, to who you would come back, that is your parents, and you really kind of through them chose a life path. So the goal is for you to be the best you came here to be. You're working within spiritual intentions. And very often, the spirit doesn't work with material very well. They conflict and clash. And many times, more often than not, I suspect, we give in to the material side, the flesh side. One, because the spiritual side kind of hard to grasp. You can't put your hands on it. It's not that kind of a thing. And even if you have a sense of your spirit guiding you, sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes it's not glamorous. Sometimes it's, man, pretty boring. But from a spiritual realm, it is absolutely essential. So, being here, you are one of those people who understands that you have a spiritual destiny, a choice that you made probably before you incarnated. For some people, that spiritual destiny fits very comfortably. For most of us, it doesn't fit so well. We have to kind of make adjustments all the time. But because you're here, you're open to that. You understand that concept. That's what makes you special. And that's the reason why I have to make this tarot reading light years ahead of everybody else. And I seriously work at that. I want you to manifest better. We all do. We all do. But it's usually negative. Putting out in the universe what you don't want. I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want them, I don't want them, I don't want that. And very often you get that negative stuff coming back at you and you go, oh man, what lousy luck. No. You put that out there. And you did it exactly right. And so it came back to you. So you got to watch yourself. And that's what this is here to help you with. That's why there's only 4 tarot cards, 1 card in the middle. That's the oracle card. Sets the mood for the reading, but that's it. I've done tarot for over 20 years. I've come to understand that tarot is the science of potential. Doesn't predict anything. It just illuminates your potential. It gives you a frequency, and it should just be one. Because that's about all we can handle successfully. You start getting into 2s and 3s and you just can't handle all of that. So the idea is for you to manifest positively. And so I make a very clear slate here. You're not going to see anything distracting you. It's just the 4 cards and the oracle card and me talking with you. And I do that purposely. 1, I'm an old guy, not that attractive, so what the hell you want to look at me for? Number 2, and more importantly, is the power of your imagination. You know, that's the kryptonite against robots. You know that, don't you? Robots may be able to do a lot of physical things better than us, but they're not prescient. They're not self-aware. They cannot, to this point, project into the future, manifest. You can. So it's very important, very vital stuff, and so I take it very seriously. So it's just 4 cards, the oracle card, that's it. at the end of, it takes about 15 minutes. At the end of that period, you should know very clearly what the energy is. Clearly. You don't have to guess. And then you have to apply it to your life. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody's perspectives are different. But I want to make the reading as clear as I can. I want you to see that singular frequency. That's why after 20 years plus of doing tarot, most tarot readers I have little or no respect for. They're not good. They're faking it. You got to throw out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cards. What for? All you're doing is throwing out a bunch of different frequencies. You're not aligning the message. You don't have a single unified message. So it's kind of like dumping your dinner on the table in front of you and then you sort it all out. I don't do that. Focus, 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 focus like a laser beam. Because I want you to manifest positively. I want you to make that connection. Now, some days the readings are going to be kind of weak. Like, well, that's nice. And other days it's going to be very strong. Doesn't make any difference. I'm here every day, 365. Doesn't make any difference. So if we don't really pull a strong frequency lock on you today, it's okay. There's tomorrow, next week, next month. It's okay. I'm here every day. So just check in. So that's the whole idea here. 20 years of doing tarot has shown me this is the science of potential. Now, I will also very often add in astrology and numerology. I've done those for over 50 years. And the reason I do add those in is because they are the science of cycles. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who talk about tarot and numerology and astrology is the devil's work and That's bullshit. I mean, it can be true. There's no question about it. But it's like a butter knife. You can use a butter knife to get a nice piece of toast, put some butter, maybe jelly or peanut butter, or a bagel or muffin or whatever the heck you can use a butter knife for that. That's great. Or you can poke somebody's eye out. Same knife. Potential's different because of the person wielding the knife. So that's why I say tarot is a science of potential. It's up to you. It's in your hands. And that's why I want to make it as clear and clean, as direct as I possibly can. Numerology, astrology, science of cycles, within cycles, within cycles, within cycles. And that's the problem in astrology. It's been a problem for me all my lifetime doing chart readings. How do I keep it simple? How do I keep it basic? Because I'm communicating with someone. I want to get the message across clearly, but you can't do that with astrology because there's just too many parts and pieces. Yeah, it's great for discussions. You can have some pretty interesting discussions when you talk about a chart. But how am I serving the person to whom I'm doing the reading for? How am I serving them? Well, you got Uranus over here, you got Saturn over here, and they're moving through this house, and then you got the ascendant moving this, and you got the north and south node, and all that's not, and then you got to throw in eclipses, and you got inconjuncts, and you got... Stop. Stop, stop, stop. It's your ego. Look how much I know about astrology. I don't give a damn what you know about astrology. How can you convey the message? So I will use astrology and numerology from time to time, along with the tarot, to help give some background, a foundation upon which the tarot frequency rests. For quite some time now, I've been using the fact that Pluto and Uranus were in the same positions back when we started the country, July 4th, 1776. They're in the same position, essentially, a little off, but not a degree or two, not a big deal. Essentially in the same position now, 250 years later. Take a look at the country. What do we got? Uranus is revolution. Pluto is evolution. What do we got in this country? That's exactly what we're facing. Same situation. At least the same energy. Situation, a little bit different. But nothing would surprise me. It wouldn't even surprise me if there was a revolt inside of the United States itself. Or around the world, countries starting to change and form different unions and different partnerships and see themselves in different ways. It's that energy. 1776 comes forward. Numerology and astrology are based on numbers. which are the basis of frequency. Again, let me give you another quick little shot here in terms of astrology. You'll like this, I think. There was a guy, John Nelson, after World War II, like 1945-46. He worked at RCA, Radio Corporation of America. They were big. He was an engineer at RCA. And at that point, right after World War II, the United States government decided, we saved the world twice, 2 world wars. We're going to start spreading out. We got to cover a lot of ground. We got to try to keep the world safe. Found out that's not the purpose at all, but that's a discussion for another day. But the point is, 1948, RCA, this engineer was told, hey, we're going to have worldwide communication. We had problems in World War II, things like sunspots and all kinds of cosmic activity got in the way of us communicating. We can't do that. If we're going to be all over the world, we have to make sure that our communications are solid, 100%. So they designated this engineer, John Nelson, find out how the hell you can predict this stuff. When are we going to have interruptions? At first, as an engineer, he kind of went the science route. And a year or so into it, he went, I'm getting nowhere. Always had been kind of a devotee of astrology, so he started to follow up on that. Because he believed astrology is simply a series of electromagnetic waves, frequency, energy. So he did it. He primarily looked at Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And doggone it, he predicted the sunspots, the earthquakes, the things that would interrupt our worldwide communications. And by the time John Nelson retired from RCA as an engineer, he was 95% accurate doing astrology. The devil's tool. Baloney. Depends how you use it. Remember, it's that knife. You want to put on butter, poke somebody's eye out. It's your choice. Fascinating story. John Nelson, RCA engineer, 1948, figured out that the planets do impact us. Let's see how they're setting things up now as we take a look at your tarot reading. So we begin with the middle card. It's the Oracle card. It sets the mood for the reading. The card is building blocks. Okay. So we're in a process of building. Right now, if you take a look at the world, it seems like we're tearing things down. You know, the skywriting that's poisoning animals, plants. In fact, there are people who are predicting that because of all the heavy metals that they're writing in the skies, all over the world, by the way, they say to block out the sun to cool the earth. What it's doing really is it's putting in heavy metals into the ground, killing plants, changing the weather, and they say you will notice the difference as early as this year. Vegetables, fruits, not going to grow as good. Trees not going to grow as good. We're killing the soil. Life cannot produce life. Food shortage, you think things are tight? If these people are correct, all that cloud seeding is creating all this heavy metal stuff, a lot of aluminum. You're going to have even less food in the store. You're going to be paying even more for less. So it doesn't appear that we're building, but the fact of the matter is sometimes looks can be deceiving. What it's doing is allowing us to see what's going on clearly. They can't lie. We know what the vaccine has done. We got the numbers. Literally, millions of people have died because of the shot. We now have proof of that. More coming. And the younger you are, the worse it's going to be. We know that this chemtrail stuff is dumping heavy metals that float through the atmosphere, changing the weather, but also when they land on the ground, changing the pH of the soil so things can't grow. We know that there's a chance to get into a nuclear war. We know that robots are around the corner willing to take over. So it doesn't have the appearance of building blocks, but the fact of the matter is, think of this as a cosmic Lego set. You put the parts and pieces together. What we're doing is disassembling so that we can rebuild. This is part of the process. A little painful part, but we are having an opportunity to set up our building blocks, our Lego set, our cosmic Lego set. How's that? Let's go to the meme for today. It says, make it happen. Shock everybody, including yourself. This mission is personal. It takes a lot to start over again, but you owe it to yourself to become everything you ever dreamed of. Be brave. Trust the magic of new beginnings. Things will find their shape. Make it happen. Cosmic Lego, building blocks. Let's go all the way to the left. Let's take a look at the cards, see what the tarot says. 7 of Wands. Wands are positivity, joy, enthusiasm, positivity. I think I just said, yeah. Also, hope, joy, gratitude. The 7, it's not so much all of that. The 7 of Wands is defiance, taking a stand, taking the offensive. Yes, that's exactly what we have to do. Building blocks, cosmic Lego. It appears that shit hitting the fan, things are falling apart, but in their falling apart, you are seeing what they were really made of, what a fake, what a lie it was. And this is the chance for you to take down those cosmic Lego pieces and start to replan, to rebuild. So the 7 of Wands shows that you're trying to build joy, happiness in your life, gratitude. Problem is the next card. It's the Devil card. Oh boy, nobody likes that one. Devil talks about bondage, despair, addiction. What it really is talking about is the devil within ourselves. We've been lackluster. We haven't paid attention. Here in America, as we say, we tell all the time, hey, it's a government by the people, for the people, of the people. But where the hell are the people? They ain't nowhere to be seen. They show up once every 4 years and vote for a name that's familiar to them. Few people bother enough, research enough to find out what the hell that person stands for. And even if they do that, the bastard politicians lie. Mark Twain said, politicians are like diapers. They need to be changed often and for the same reason. That was true 150 years ago. It's true today. So the 7 of Wands is important because it says, you know what, I've had my ass kicked from here to there and back. I don't care. I am committing to rebuilding my life, because as I rebuild my life, I'm helping to rebuild humanity. I'm helping to restore dignity, honesty, integrity. I'm going to fight. I'm going to pitch in. But that means I got to deal with my own devil. The bullshit that I believe, the bullshit that I'm comfortable with that really doesn't help me or hurt me. Help me or anybody else. It hurts me. I got to confront my own devil. But I'm committed, 7 of Swords, I'm committed at all costs to rebuild my life. Next card over is the King of Cups. Cups are things that we're emotionally connected to. It could be people, could be things, could be dreams, could be a place, philosophy, any number of things. And the King of Cups is loving, wise, a very subtle influence. So, on one hand, you got the 7 of Wands saying, boy, I'm going to go full force, because everything in the Wands is full tilt. I'm going to go full force. I'm going to commit to myself. Damn it, I'm going to beat the devil in me, the weakness in me, so I can love me. And I can do loving things. Remember, we were talking about the negative manifesting. This is what we're dealing with. All of us, myself, top of the list. We're weenies. We work the lowest common denominator. We have to force ourselves to step up. We need that energy of the 7 of Wands to take on the devil within us, to treat ourselves with love, respect. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Knights always bring gifts. We know the Wands are positivity, gratitude, joy, happiness. Being really plugged into a life in a meaningful way. And of course, the Knight invariably brings a gift, and the gift is positivity. So it's real simple. Cosmic Lego pieces. Put them back together again. It's called your life. Make it happen. Shock everybody, including yourself. Step forward. Decide that you're going to fight the devil in you, and then support yourself, love yourself, and take the energy of the Seven of Wands and rebuild your life. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. Between now and the next time you and I do get together and do this thing called the tarot, peace and blessings.